Mr. Wicker here, being new review this time around. It's for the Geek Legion and it's called Choke from 2020. It's directed by Gregory Antatanga. Sorry if I've got your name on there, sir. It stars Sarah Bryan, who plays Janine, and she's a 70-year-old girl who's having problems at home with her mother, and she needs a new sort of meaning to her life. And this is where she encounters two men. One is a serial killer, and another one is a detective who's obviously searching for victims who have been strangled. This is where Janine herself is drawn into a cult by the detective, and what they do, they brainwash their victims into choking themselves to death. And this is what they get out of it, and this is it. This is basically it of the film, from what I can tell. Like I said, you get the story. You've got a story of the serial killer. You've got a story of Janine and the detective, and how he's involved in with the cult. It's obviously he's also had a loss of himself, so his life is sort of spiral out of control with all these three characters, and this is where things get totally out of hand and totally just confusing for me, because you've got the story of the serial killer, you've got the story of the sort of detective and Janine's story, and the way it all curse and comes together is really confusing, because you get times where she's with the serial killer, sleeping with the serial killer, and she's sleeping with the detective, and she's trying to get a grip of her own life. But in between all this, what's going on, you get a monologue of all these bunch of random scenes, and which obviously are coming from the serial killer, and they're supposed to mean something, but they don't, because they don't go nowhere after that, because there's no explanation, explaining in between scenes. If I'm wrong, I'm missing it, because that's all I saw of the film. I mean, the movie the makers obviously knew what they was doing, because it is a clear and a film. It's nicely shot in places. The acting's okay from what they was working with. So I don't really want to take anything away from the actors, because from what I know, they stuff I've seen them in before, they are good. So yeah, I'm not sure what else to say about this. I mean, it is different from what you normally see in independent experimental cinema. So to bring something new to the table was good, but it wasn't explained very well in my eyes. So yeah, I was expecting more. I wasn't sure. At first, I thought I was going to get like a horror film with a bit more sort of really sort of hardcore, sort of more violence in it, because it sort of starts off that way. You're thinking that, but then it goes in another direction. It seems to go of where you think it's going to go somewhere. It doesn't. It goes another way, which is good in some cases if it's explained well, which I don't know. This film does it well. So I'm not sure about the target audience. If you want something, like I said, different, but this film goes on for 73 minutes. It is a really slow burn, and it feels like it's dragging on. It drags on for a lot longer. You feel it. To me, I thought it was going over an hour and a half, going towards the 2 hour mark, where it was just slow pace, and I found myself just looking at my watch. So, that saying that, I would have to give this a 2.5 out of 5, giving it half marks, just because they was bringing something new to the table. But overall, it was just not explained that well. Have you seen it? Let me know in the comments underneath, and like always, dudes, I will catch you later.